guys, welcome to another episode of Ask 3 Run. Episode 2 right now, we're going to focus on a question that was picked up from the comment section on video 1. Mainly focusing on how do we stay conditioned and how do we stay strong and healthy and fit despite the years of free running, despite the years of parkour, despite the years of all the things that we put our bodies through to do what we do over a long period of time. Obviously, free run's been around now. I mean, 2003 is when we really started getting things going properly. So, you know, we're talking around about 15-year period of just constantly training, really. And I want to kind of break this Ask 3 Run question down into sort of different little parts. So the first part is going to be talking about conditioning in general and the importance of conditioning. So conditioning is essentially, you know, training your body in different ways to be able to withstand and take impact from different movements. And the idea behind conditioning, it could be, you know, squats, for example, is a form of conditioning. Press-ups is a form of conditioning. It's exercises, fundamental exercises that are designed to prepare your body for different types of movements down the line. So we would all, in free run, we would always place a big emphasis on just training in general, exercise, fitness, building muscular strength, building muscular endurance, the importance of rest periods between that as well. So a lot of the free running that we would do, a lot of the parkour movements that we would do, we would train specific parkour movements, but we would treat that as conditioning as well. So when we would go out training, we wouldn't just go and do a running jump or a running cat or whatever it might be what we're doing. We would set that up as a conditioning exercise. So we would find a cat leap, for example, and we would just drill it. Repetition, repetition, repetition. And by doing more of those, you know, we were getting plyometric jumps, so our legs were getting stronger. They were getting used to doing these jumps for longer periods of time. And we would treat it as training rather than just going out and just having fun. Obviously we enjoy it, but the whole purpose of it would be to set up specific conditioning routines that would allow our muscles and bodies and physiques, the physical side, to get used to what we were doing, so that when we did come across something that might have been a bigger jump or a particular move that was kind of building up to that, you know, something that might have a bit more impact than the general training that we were doing, the idea was that our bodies would be more conditioned and more used to taking those sorts of impacts and being able to withstand it a whole lot better. And the next section that I kind of want to talk about in terms of how do you kind of look after your body over an extended period of time is not just the conditioning side of things, but also really thinking about the movements that you're doing and the stresses that you're putting your body under, and trying to think about it over a long period of time. Because there's a lot of people in the game right now, and it goes through phases over the last sort of decade or so where it's cool to be the dude that jumped off a 2-story building and does it regularly, or backflips off of the highest thing he could find or she could find. But there's no longevity in that. And at the time, don't get me wrong, I've been there, we've all been there, where you find a big jump or you find a big movement and you do it and you feel fine afterwards. But the problem is that you don't realise the lasting impact that that sort of thing has on your body over a period of time. And if you're not exercising, if you're not conditioning, if you're not resting afterwards for the, you know, proper durations that you should be, if you're putting your body under too much stress, you will find it's not like, oh, it might happen, it will happen. You will find yourself in a position where your knees are busted, your ankles are busted. There's only so much that your bodies can take, and the sooner that you start realizing that in the early days, the importance of conditioning, the importance of resting when you need to, the importance of listening to your body, the sooner you can do that, the more likely you are to put yourself in a position where your body is still feeling strong in the later years of your training or whatever it is that you're doing. And then the final section that I would talk about in terms of how do we keep our bodies strong, fit, healthy over the long period of time of doing parkour and free running is what you're putting in your body. And this isn't necessarily a talk about a diet that you specifically should have, because even within the team we've got guys that are vegan, we've got guys that are vegetarian, we've got, you know, carnivore, we've got paleo, we've got guys and girls that all eat different things and find different preferences to how they supply their body with nutrition. But the one underlying thing that remains consistent throughout everyone, regardless of the specific foods that they eat in that nature, generally speaking, we all try and eat healthily. Don't get me wrong, you know, I personally enjoy eating healthily throughout the week, and then I will allow myself treats on the weekend, for example. So that might be pizza, it might be, I don't know, burgers and fries and whatever. But the point is that 90% of the time, what I'm putting into my body is healthy, nutritional, a balanced diet. And again, it's not a matter of opinion. It's just, it's fact. It's a simple scientific fact that if you put bad foods and bad, you know, drink liquids into your body, it's going to have a negative effect on your body. You know, if all you eat is bad food over a period of time, that will catch up on you. And that's the thing, when you're younger you get away with a lot because your metabolism's high, you're generally a lot more active, so you might not notice these sorts of things, but they do have knock-on effects down the line. So again, the sooner you can implement a healthy, a smart, nutritional diet, the better, and that is going to help you down the line. You know, your body and your muscles need protein, for example, in order to repair. So if you go out for a training session where you're doing lots of conditioning, it would make sense to have a high protein content based meal after that, for example. And it's kind of thinking about those sorts of things at an early stage. And the beauty of the internet right now is that there's so much information out there. You could literally just type into YouTube or Google right now nutritional diets, healthy diets, high protein diets, paleo diet, vegan diet, whatever your, you know, preference or whichever way you're inclined to go. But generally speaking, you know, thinking healthily in terms of your exercise, your fitness, your conditioning and your nutrition is going to put you on a better path and a more likely path to be healthier, fitter, stronger over a longer period of time. And that's what everyone wants, right? Nobody wants to be, you know, have 2 years of doing the craziest stuff and then barely be able to walk 5 years later because you busted your back or you busted your knees and your ankles and things like that. And it's not to say that any of this is a definite thing, but it's giving your body like the best chance to be in the best position that it can be, as strong as it can be and as healthy as it can be. So that's our 3 run episode 2 of 2, and keep them coming, keep the comments coming. Any other questions that you guys have got, at the end of the day, myself or another one of the team will get back and answer specifically what you guys are asking. We'll keep it relevant. Obviously, parkour, free running, this is what we do. Any other questions, comment it below. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit us up on the other social medias, the Instagram, Team 3 Run, on the Facebook, 3 Run Team, and just keep in touch, guys. It's all love, 3 Run. Let's do it.